Because forwards and the Spanish forwards are good enough overall for them to both win this tournament, compared to say the Brazilian front line or the French front line.
Yeah, I think the Spanish team, they have a very good players in front, so they can also change the players and maintain the quality. And I watched the first game of Germany against Japan, and when they changed it a little bit, the team suffered. It was when they suffered the 2 goals. But today, no. Today it was the opposite. So we saw they're playing better when start to changing and play full Krug in the second half. So I think that's it.
There's much to come between now and 1 o'clock in the morning. So plenty of time to talk and react to a very good game of football. 1-1 final score. 2 substitutions, well, more than 2, but significant substitutions. Both got themselves a goal, and that's how it finished. 1 apiece. Andy and myself. Would Gary was just saying the other side of the break, Ricardo, that's the best quality game that we've seen so far. Did you enjoy it from that perspective?
Yeah, I did enjoy the game. I think there is something interesting here, because when you have 2 teams that both teams wants to play, you can see something like that. When I watched Germany against Japan, of course Japan just stay there and wait until Germany proposing the game and trying to play and score, and most of the times it's easier to defend and to destroy than build and do something proactive. And today we saw both teams trying to play, trying to score, trying to find spaces.
So when Brazil make the final, which of these 2 do you not want to play?
Maybe Spain.
Yeah, don't care really.
No, also because
who do you not want to play? France.
It would be nice to have a final against Germany again. Maybe 20 years
revenge.
later we can beat them again in final. So it would be nice to repeat that.
Yeah, it took a while again, didn't it? But eventually, this second half, we got the goals. As tended to be the theme in this tournament for some reason.
Yeah, and very good goals, very good finishes. You mentioned, Ricardo mentioned the centre forwards.
See that you struggle with that?
I did, yeah. It's like all my life. It's like, but the finishes were fantastic. They really were. I think we always end up trying to measure actually the teams we've just watched against our own nation. I was thinking, how would Brazil see that game? How would England think about that quality of that game? They were a step ahead of where England have been so far in this tournament.
Both of them, you think?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, looking at that performance. Because maybe it's because we've seen them both against each other and they both rise, but just generally the quality of the passing through midfield, the players receiving it on the half turn, I thought it was better than what England have shown so far. I thought Neuer was lucky with that one.
He was very. I think he's indicating he didn't see it. I'm not so sure about that, but he was lucky, wasn't he?
Well, he saw it to get something on it, didn't he? So.
This is the Rudiger one where he goes, John, you spotted it early, didn't you?
Yeah, he just went a little bit too early. He had to kind of stutter his run, but it's a great header. It's marginal, isn't it? Just offside, but that was the threat. That was probably their main threat the first half, wasn't it? A set play or a wide free kick.
Where are you at? Because the Spanish line tries to stay up so high, don't they? I mean, it's brilliant to watch sometimes. Yeah. You admire it, don't you? But
I'm uncomfortable actually. We spoke about the Ancelotti one, didn't we? About they used to drop really deep. I'm not in that mould, but I'm certainly in the mould of if you leave space now for these players to put the ball into, they're going to have a specialist on the ball where they can find that space, and then as a defender you're running back to your own goal, which is not a comfortable situation to be in.
But is there anyone that needs to control the line? You mean there is one that it's...
It used to be that. It used to be off. You would be that, wouldn't you? You'd hold the line.
It must be. But as you guys were saying when we were watching this, there's always one. There's often one who thinks, I'll defend this, and plays everyone on.
It's a risky one as well, because I think later the game goes as well, and subs come on, they might not have been told or taken it in because you're not in the starting 11. It's
a lovely goal. It's just a great run.
Yeah, fantastic finish that.
Hard finish that.
It's a proper striker's run, isn't it?
Just a flick off the laces, isn't it? Yeah.
Brilliant goal. Brilliant goal. Oh, might have made a difference.
Yeah. We talked at half-time about Germany being Germanic.
Could you squared that? Would you have squared that?
I think so.
Did you?
Just
I think I think he's got to hit it. I do. I mean, the goal's almost a carbon copy of that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But
is this the goal now? No, this is not the goal.
He was
we
bright
ever
though,
think it was
Sané, when
done?
he come on, wasn't he?
At 1-0, was it ever done with Germany the opposition?
no.
They were coming back, weren't they? The best period of the game for the Germans was this last 15 minutes. This is the goal now, isn't it?
Just to give it away. It's not like Spain to give it away as cheaply as that.
There. Finish.
That was something. as
Once that was it was staying.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
But he
How
scored.
impressed were you with Musiala, you guys, today again?
Yeah, I spoke about him briefly then, but for what's he, 18?
19.
19. Like I said, everything late on for Germany was coming through him. And you normally look at your more experienced players for that, but he was the one kind of getting on the ball, making things happen. He's been their big star, I think. He's got a big future ahead of him.
Talking about being deep,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a very good example of it.
It used
And
to
he had
always
to
be.
recover
It
it.
used to always be fullbacks, Richard. Wasn't the JT? He used to drop in behind it,
Always.
drive you mad.
Big lazy centre back stepping up.
Here we go.
Stepping up.
With the hands
we
up.
go.
Offside.
Now that for him,
That was a
surely
chance,
that's a
wasn't it?
chance.
Yeah, he was actually really bright when he come on. I thought we'd give him a little threat going forward, but yeah, we're expecting just to ding that over the top of the goalkeeper there.
Were you aware of Musiala when you were at the bridge, when you were at Chelsea?
Yeah, coming through was spoken about hugely, and I just think he wanted promotion to the first team probably a little bit sooner than Chelsea could have given it. I think elsewhere he got kind of guaranteed that and has gone on to
So who
produce.
who was making that decision then? Who was?
I'm not sure. It certainly wasn't
Yeah,
me,
you
so
are.
I can hold my hands up. I'm not even sure I was there at the time. But
I admire these lads that leave.
Yeah.
You know, Sancho leaving, Musiala leaving. I think the fact that they're willing to go to to Germany, to Dortmund, to Bayern Munich, and experience that sort of different level.
I think it's good.
Bellingham,
Yes.
with Birmingham. Manchester United had Bellingham in the building, in front of all the top brass at Manchester United, and he chose to go to Dortmund. But look
I'm
at
not
him
surprised.
Because you could,
now. You bad man. You
That
bad
wasn't a
man.
decision, was it really?
No, but you think about. I think Musiala, Bellingham, Sancho. Well done to them. I think.
why are the English clubs reluctant to give the kids, give somebody like Musiala an opportunity at an early age? What are they scared of?
I'm not sure if I'm honest. I think if you're producing at that level, that age doesn't come into it. It's just, I suppose for those boys, they want to be in and around that first team building where there is still a process. You've got to play games for the 16s or the 18s or 21s, whatever that may be. They want to get to that level early, but there is the exception. There is one that comes along. Rooney was one, and
Rooney, I was just going to say, was one.
other
wasn't he?
players.
Help me. Chelsea seem to have. They have Pulisic, they have Havertz, they had Werner, they had. Keep going. There's loads of them, isn't there? Mount, Ziyech.
Yeah.
They had like 5 or 6.
Gallagher.
Gallagher. There's 5 or 6 players in his position, Musiala. So they're probably thinking,
Yeah,
we're okay.
maybe.
A year or two ago when Tuchel was there.
So the answer then surely is to stop importing so many, and
Well, it's probably a little
if you've
bit
got
different.
an academy, trust it.
It's probably a little bit different. When we had Salah come in the building, we had De Bruyne in the building. At the time, they wasn't the stars they are today. And you have the likes of Joe Cole and these players, Duff, Robin, all these people in front of them, but just can't kind of bridge that gap. The level is to then get
The
the
two you mentioned, did they ever show signs of being what they are today?
I didn't see it in my time. And again, you judge them with what's ahead of them at the time. If they're better than what's ahead of them, they come in straight away, and the manager would have been brave enough to do it.
But managers at Chelsea couldn't afford to wait 2-3 years to bring them through anyway, could they?
That's the key to it, Gaz. Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Is
Is that
especially
the case with
Mourinho.
most big clubs, you think? Is that the case? I mean,
I think. Well, I'm not. United do. I think.
Right.
Even in the past 8-9 years, they've still brought players through. Rashford's come through. McTominay's come through. Greenwood came through. Obviously, I still think they'll give players a chance to come through.